Hey guys, Tarp here bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Vilshanka. Playing today's pointing on the left we have Martin Fungus playing as OKW and straight away going for Elite Armour Doctrine. Face offensive on the right we have Loren playing as US Forces who has Infantry, Airborne and Rifle Company. In terms of rankings, Martin Fungus around rank 105 and Loren round rank 115, so pretty even match up between these two. Loren also has a couple other factions in the top 100. And so far, it's been a lot of wiring off on both sides. Fungus trying to stake his claim in the center. We've got two riflemen there. Eventually going to pressure him down. So does have the option of this rifle squad coming around across here onto the road, that would expose him to supporting squad arriving from Martin Fungus. Nice soft retreat to the other piece of heavy cover. And is successful to take two losses. And looks like he's going for two Volksgrenadiers into the 221. Tech truck down. It's a little bit lacking in fuel before, but got it underway now. Often find the Sternpires trying to cap up in the north. He's got to be careful making a play for this far VP. These squads could come potentially into the retreat path, especially if they're making a play for the fuel. And do a lot of damage. Oof, this squad making a play for the cutoff. There's a big damage to this squad on their flank. They're repositioning this other squad charging down the road. This has not gone very well for Loren to start things off. Taking a bucket load of damage. Good switch of focus fire, but these squads already too low. Forces to retreat here. And this rifleman that was destined to cap up in the north has to come down and defend the cutoff instead. Looks like that's working pretty well for him though. Second rifleman arriving. This one has vetted up enough to get the snares. 221 forces that away immediately. He's diving in. I don't think he's going to be able to get the wipe here, but he's looking for it. Be very careful. Oh, he got it right at the base doorstep. I didn't think he was going to get it. Wow. Very impressed. Yeah, I thought it was on free. Nice wipe. Lieutenant out for Loren. I was going to say I have to be careful because the 50 cals before you get the armor bonus from the 223. They can really shred into the 221. He's out here maximizing the damage. Oh, not yet upgrading with the bazooka. It's a big mistake for Loren. Should have started that upgrade already. Oof. Took a lot of damage there. Now his Sternpires on the front line as well, so not available for the repairs. And so far, munitions-wise, looking good for Loren. We captured the south. And Martin Fungus being unable to capture the northern munitions point. Yeah, still strange. I feel like bazooka is the way to go. There's 50, which is also a reasonable choice. It's 221. And no tech up yet from Martin Fungus, but here the truck is mobilizing. It's going to be the battle group. He also did get a third Volksgrenadier after building the 221. So kind of similar to the build that I've been trying out. I got two Sternpires instead of two Volks before the 221 though. And especially against US forces, I do find it quite effective at that faster timing. Whereas I used to go three squads beforehand. But yeah, going 3 squads, it does just arrive a little bit too late. You know, 5 minutes too close to Vet 1 across the board. Generally doesn't end up working out too well. Squad forced away there from the north, and 221 finally back up to full strength. Tech truck is down, and 223 upgrades completing. Squad hits Vet 1 with that burst. So he can't get too close, risk of getting snared. 50 cal closing in, but long range sight on that, pulls back, avoids the damage. And Stuart coming in now for Loren. This is coming in at a very, very quick timing, just like never lost control of his cutoff. At a very sound territory control, leading to this very, very fast Stuart. A little bit risky here. 50 cal resetting up, but squad coming around for the snare, so the 223 couldn't chase around the corner and continue to pressure. And with the arrival of the Stuart, Martin Fungus is going to have to be very, very careful with that 223, especially at this amount of health. It could go down very, very quickly to the Stuart. And here it comes. Ooh, this will be a close call. No attack ground action though. And the 223 on the run. We have a squad coming out of base with the snare. It's going to come down to whether this next shot lands or not. Oh, and it does! 223 goes down. You have to be very, very aware of the timings when going for a 223. Against both the Stuart and the AEC, very, very important. You're prepared around the 6 minutes 30 in this case, or a similar story for the AEC, maybe a bit later for the T70. And have your light vehicle ideally at a higher health, so that if it does get chased down like that, it's got a high chance of escaping. Or with some supporting AT, maybe this unit here should have been a kitten instead of a machine gun. Maybe if you've applied like really good pressure and you think you've denied the fuel, you've been camped on the cutoff for a long time, maybe you can squeeze in a machine gun before or a kitten, especially against the T70, which generally comes a little bit later than the AC and the Stuart. But in this particular case, it does not end up going well for Martin Fungus, losing the light vehicle there. Recruit back in action. Good flank on the 50 cal there though. Martin Fungus holding on to some decent amount of territory, now going for the cutoff. We have a couple of squads coming through. This is going to be a close one, yeah, I think that's the right choice. Not worth losing a squad just for going a cutoff, which is going to get reconnected in no time. Here comes the Kitten though, going to be in a nice position to open up on the Stuart. It's one shot, oh, and he's turning around. Second shot misses though. Stuart's still in range. Very, very lucky that that second shot missed, otherwise he would have lost it right there. Didn't back away far enough. Now, it could also be that he didn't back it away on purpose because he saw the second shot miss, but generally you don't want to take damage like that and have your light vehicle be out of action for repairs. Just avoiding the damage is generally a better way to go. Unless you're really inflicting like crazy damage with it. Which wasn't the case in this instance. US troops slowly chipping away at these squads in the north. Very, very strange, I guess. Yeah, it's like, why isn't the lieutenant shooting? But I guess the models in the house were on the other side of the house, so the lieutenant wasn't in range of them from there, which is kind of rare to see. Sweat's still out the back. Hasn't recruited yet. Wire off from these rear echelon. They're on the road. Ooh, and they popped the flamer. Yeah, they ended up taking too much damage. Does mean rifle company for Loren, by the way. So his weapon racks, a couple bars coming through now. Templar's hiding behind the haystacks here. We do have Martin Fungus with his tech down. Hasn't got the Panzer authorization down yet, but it's really good when going for a 2-2-3 strategy to get your tech down super early. That way your opponent's light vehicle can't pressure you on your cutoff. And, you know, during the later stages of the light vehicle phase, you end up with much superior map control, which really helps your progress towards a fast medium tank. So it's nice that he's got that up and running. Squad of Obers out. Authorization, it's got the resources for that now. So things are looking pretty good for Martin Fungus, even though the 2-2-3 got knocked out. Still in a very nice position.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Here comes the Stuart. But the uptime on this has been quite bad. We got 1 kill on it so far. Rakitten's just been getting free vet from it, honestly. He's done very little damage with the Stuart. In fact, I mean, you know, it's got 1 kill. That kill was the vehicle. Hasn't done, like, any infantry kills till then. So, you know, last 4 minutes hasn't been terribly effective with that Stuart. So it has really allowed Martin Fungus a lot of breathing room with this strategy. It doesn't bode well for Loren, but neither player has really lost control of their cutoff for any meaningful amount of time. Usually there's a lot more cutoff play on this map in the early game. But not in this particular case. Mortar team for Loren, I think that's a decent idea, honestly. Force away the machine gun. Doesn't want to side tech to get the captain. Vilshanka taking a lot of damage here on the road. Getting nearby. Doesn't quite get the wipe there. Templar's trying to squeak around the side of that 50. Kid misses on the Stuart, and this squad charging down onto the cutoff right where the fresh mortar is heading towards. So I think ideally he would have sent the Stuart up here to assist, but instead it has to come and help against this Volkswagen all the way down here. And is successful. Overs also sneaking their way onto the fuel point and capturing it. We're going to be the next avenue for the Stuart, which so far has avoided those Rakitten shots and does indeed force the retreat. And that's a good timing to force the retreat as well, before the riflemen got forced to retreat themselves and we wouldn't have a capping squad available. Except now they're charging out of the capture circle. And this is a bad timing for him to be losing fuel. He's right around the timing where he needs a medium tank and he's going to be up against one from Martin Fungus, so losing control of his fuel right now is really bad. Luckily this Rakitten is failing to hit the Stuart, so giving quite a lot of breathing room. Pushing through the center now. Quite a force. Gotta be careful here, the Shredder's right there. Luckily he didn't get suppressed by that. What opens up, Flamer as well. Machine gun on the run. Gets behind cover with this squad. The echelon getting shredded out there. Needs to turn his mortar off barrage as well. If anything, he's doing friendly fire here. Stuart looks like it's heading to the north. Could have assisted in here though. Rakitten did get forced away. So could have come in here for a few free hits. We might have even been able to win that engagement in the center.
attack. Combat promotion in.
If the steward assisted there. And there we go. Second machine gun coming in for Loren and a Panzer IV coming in for Martin Fungus, and Loren really not prepared for a medium tank. Don't think he's got any bazookas on his rear echelon. So his anti-tank is basically just a couple snares, and the Stuart could very easily get overrun here, given how the first engagement goes. He is right about that time where instead... Oh my god, he's gone for a second mortar? Can't agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're right around that time where Panzer IV's gonna hit. Oh, second mortar, man, that's just throwing me off my game. So unexpected and seems like such a bad idea.
A capture point is being overrun.
Well, here comes the P4. And it's most important here that the Panzer IV does not get engine damage in his next couple of engagements. If he does, that can buy Loren a lot of time to try and field a counter to this. Whereas as it stands right now, he doesn't really have a good counter. In fact, the Stuart out here decrewed. Oh god. Oh, he just doesn't see it in the fog there. Very lucky. Okay, now we've got some bazookas on the major. Oh, but they're splitting their fire, taking some damage from the north, going down very, very quickly. Major in jeopardy. Mortar, second mortar does die. Stuart recruit. P4 can still apply a lot of pressure here, though. And it is going to be the easy 8 for Loren. But he is taking a lot of bleed in the meantime. Just was not adequately prepared for this Panzer IV. And maybe should have expected this, you know, the Stuart is so much more expensive than the 221. Can largely account for the difference in speed between them getting the medium tanks here.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Trying to get onto the cutoff, but the double 50's locking him out. Stuart in trouble, but here comes the easy 8. Kid is in a decent position to support, but it's taking mortar fire and the rear echelon damage, so decides to pull it back. And with that, the Panzer IV also pulling back. It's good to be cautious with it, because the Easy 8 could come through and hammer him. He does have Vet 1 though, so can blitz out. Also has access to the heat shells, which can help him penetrate the Easy 8, which does have superior armor to the regular Sherman. I was jumping into the building. P4 not coming through. Hoping to get some rear armor hits. So, mobilizing now. Easy 8 turning around. P4 connects for one shot. Staying in here. Rifleman not coming across for the snare though. I think that's a bit of a mistake. Especially with this commander, you have access to the fire up. They can sprint forwards and get that snare. And what died there? The rear echelon flamers died. In the center, it looks like just went down to the machine gun and the squad there.
Battalion just released a major for action.
Ouch. So Loren, a careless loss. It still is a decent infantry base here.
On the front line.
Yeah, losing that and the mortar team now. It's troubling. Ooh, repairs. Oh boy. Ooh, jumps in the nick of time. That was a close call. With Kitten connecting. Main gun crit. And before getting out of there. Was that the Red Kitten? I think it was. See it coming forwards. Switches targets to the Raketen. P4 quite damaged, so it'll be quite risky for it to come in. AP ammo equipped, going after the 50 in the center. Obus from the flank, and now the infantry support gun coming down as well. A lot of damage. Might lose it. No.
The capture point is being overrun.
The EZA's been going okay so far, but not incredible. Does stand a much better chance going head to head against the Panzer IV though than the regular Sherman. So I can understand going for it, especially in this case where you're a little bit behind, don't have any other anti-tank to really lean on. And rather strangely, Loren actually did rebuild the Major, which is a curious decision. Could have even seen, you know, after he lost the re-echelon squad, maybe a tick up to captain so he has access to the anti-tank gun as well, and also would replenish his squad. But that would also leave him vulnerable to mines. Still would need to build re-echelon at some stage, but I don't think we've seen Martin put down any mines so far. He's got the sweeper out as well. And I don't think we've seen any mines from Loren, but does have an option. He's got the rifleman field defenses, just hasn't utilised it yet. In fact, I don't think I've even seen him plant any sandbags with the rifleman yet either. P4 coming forwards, bazookas right there. Rifleman very low, but they're going for the snare. And he does connect. Re-echelon jumping on top of the Raketen, forces the retreat. Good connection from the EZ8. P4 staying in here, trying to hold the line. Doesn't equip the heat rounds though. EZ8 getting through. Here comes the second Panzer IV, maybe to save the day. EZ8 not chasing in. Heat rounds on the fresh Panzer IV from Martin. Misses that shot though, still on the run. Bazookas haven't been reinforced out the back, and it looks like the P4 not going to risk chasing in any further. Going to take damage on from that same rifleman. 2 snares from that same rifle. He's having a good day. Oh, forgot about this 50. What's he doing with it? Bit of unnecessary bleed there. But Martin Fungus appears to be in a very, very comfortable position. Loren bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower in these last few engagements. And now actually strapped for manpower when it comes to building his next tank. Maybe going for both the Major and the re-echelon squad before the next tank was just a little bit too much to squeeze in. And he's paying the price for that now.
The capture point is under attack.
Just hitting Vet 2, that's the magic number. When they get their bonus accuracy. Rifleman just charging in here, but getting very, very low in the process and could go down to the Panzer IV. Decal coming in for the suppression here, so he's trying to hang on, trying to get the cap. Very long VPs down to 134, so I can understand wanting to relieve that pressure, but it was a risky one. P4 freshly repaired, charging through the center, going for this low health rifle. Could get the wipe. We've got the bazookas coming around the corner. EZ8 going after the wounded engine Panzer IV, but he's pulling back with that now. Going for the other Panzer IV that was chasing in. That squad does get away. EZ8 coming around the corner. P4 firing on the move there, missing its first shot. And there are the bazookas. Oh, main gun crit. EZ8 a little bit slow to start chasing in after that. P4 blitzing the way to safety. Kind of lucky that Loren was not going for the chase down there. Probably should have started moving after he saw those 2 bazookas connecting, but alright. And in the meantime, the one Panzer IV that was super low in the north with the engine critical gets that repaired off. Major recon pass coming through, which is not too often used ability. Jim just about repaired and already just about enough manpower to build his next tank. It's going to be a Jackson or maybe another EZ8. echelon very, very low here. And he's going to lose them. Oh, another careless loss for Loren. 50 cal now in a bit of trouble as well. 3 mods quite clumped up. Luckily, Panzer IV misses that first shot. I'm not sure what the AoE of the Panzer IV is like with the heat rounds equipped. You'd have to imagine it would be worse, but I don't really know. It might not be. Ooh. Mortar gets the kill. Okay, that's getting Loren back in the game after those easy wipes on the rear echelon, but about to be yep, down under 100 VP, so needs to get this one going fast. Got the 2 easy 8s now though, so you can get some radio net cooking. And P4 low health up in the north from Martin. Pretty big mistake. Goes down very, very quickly. Another P4 in the south doing some nice damage. Building a Panzer IV now, probably a bad idea for Martin. Fungus should switch over to the Panther now. He's up against 2 Easy 8s. Machine gun getting blasted away by these Easy 8s. Panzer IV reversing down the road. The heat rounds allowing those shells to come through. Raketen turning around. Panzer IV backing itself into the corner here, out of range of the Raketen. No support. Raketen coming forwards, but yeah, not having that Raketen there. Maybe missed out on 2 shots worth of damage. Here comes another Panzer IV. Raketen setting up. Can the situation be saved? Main gun critical again. So many main gun crits this game on this medium tanks. Smoking out the Raketen, but the fresh Panzer IV saves the day. He's able to get out of there. Whew, that was a close timing. Could have gone a lot better for Martin if that Raketen had just chipped in, stayed in range. Got an extra 2 shots on. But alright. Before pulls back to get repaired back up. Another squad of Obers for Martin, which I think is a reasonable choice. Does need to recrew his decrewed machine gun though, instead going for the capture in the center. Maybe a slight error, could allow Loren to get a 3rd machine gun. 3 machine guns can be very hard to overcome. Kind of like plant one and cover almost the entire map. Before back up to full strength, going in for the bazookas. Doesn't have the machine gun upgrade on this yet though, so the main gun hit's not connecting. Isn't doing that much damage. Maybe we'll notice the MG34 now. Connected with the Fox. No, just gonna leave it there. Before coming forwards. And now we've got a side tick from Loren. Going for Captain, building an anti-tank gun. Getting pushed away by that Panzer IV. Panzer IV could stay on the offensive here, maybe chase away this mortar, which is just blasting him right now. Taking a bit of a breath. Now, going for the machine gun. Yes. Nice. Trying to soft retreat the mortar here, but has to pull back all the way. Fortunately, he's taking a lot of damage, but getting away at a reasonable timing. Lost a gun crew. Machine gun in the north goes down to the Obers in the building. Wow. swarming. Machine gun getting decrewed again. Bazooka's chasing after the Panzer IV, but does not end up getting close enough, and he's going to pick that up with the lieutenant. We're going to see the steel on the 50 though in the north. That's the big question.
A capture point is being overrun.
Going to trade machine guns here. Quite expensive to recruit with Ober models though. Maybe not the most desirable. It's a mine on the way in. P4 in there doing some damage. Stops the capture. Few tank wrecks down the bottom here as well. Man Fungus could consider coming down for a salvage operation. There's troops trying to come through the north. Got the mortar coming through as well. Should help to flush out those Obers. And yeah, it does not look like he's going for the steel on the 50, so could be Loren with the triple machine guns all of a sudden. Or maybe not. About to lose the one in the center. No, maybe not again. 50 cal out the back. Saving the day. How did that squad get suppressed? That's kind of crazy. And there we go. Martin getting chased away from the north. P4 getting repaired though, just about up to full. 61 VPs left for Loren, so got to be very, very careful. Does have the munitions for white phosphorus, which could help in a mad VP scramble cap situation. And another Panzer IV in production for Martin. I think that's a reasonable choice with this game state.
A capture point is under attack.
Up against no medium tanks from the opponent. 1 AT gun. 2 bazookas, not terribly threatening. And for a Panther, might not be ideal if you have to like flank an AT gun and then try and decrew it. Panzer IV much more reliable. There we go. Ooh, 50 in the north might get decrewed again. It's time the machine gun upgrade now. That Panzer IV. AT gun actually connecting. With a good army. Especially if you can steal back one of these machine guns. More damage onto that Panzer IV. Lieutenant extremely low. And gun crit on the P4 here. There's maybe an opportunity there for him to take aim and get one more shot on, but doesn't end up spending the munitions. And here comes the Easy 8. Trading blows with the Panzer IV long range here. P4 not hitting the heat rounds. Now does. Bouncing that shot. AT gun out the back. Misses its shot. Bouncing that one. Easy 8 getting a little bit low here. Easy 8 just needs to get for one more shot. Out of range though. Falls back a little bit too early with it. Where was there a kitten in amongst all that? Okay, I was coming forwards, but not quite in range. Yeah, if he did stick around, maybe he would have paid the ultimate price if he bounced against the Panzer IV or a kitten got in there. Could have got the kill, so fair choice, pulling back. But definitely did miss the opportunity to kill that Panzer IV. And then, you know, he's in such a desperate VP situation, sometimes you need to play a little bit more desperately. Barely hangs on to that machine gun. Machine gun in the center going down to the infantry support gun. Ring capping 2 of the 3 VPs. It's gonna be very, very low. Here come the Obers. Moves into the cover. Grenade in. Oh. Blindkorper.
We're down to 10 points.
Capture in the center. Points are stored at 10. Fungus taking quite a long time to repair up his tanks. Remember, with this command you do have access to the emergency repairs. I suppose he doesn't have a super high bank of munitions. He pops the heat shells, bounce the first shot. He bounces the second, bazookas through the center. Panzer IV needs to pull back now. Easy 8 coming back in, it's on the road as well. Able to close the distance. P4 is not hitting anything. At this stage, Martin, looks, is he safe for the Sturmtiger? Might be. I was thinking he could go for the next tech truck to try and speed up his repairs a little bit. They seem to be causing him some issues. Slow repair times right now. A lot of downtime on his Panzer IVs. Oh, good connection from that one. And Raketin probably should have been working its way to the north and amongst all this. But instead, still camped in camouflage, same position. I was out on the road. It was a well-timed retreat. Avoid bleeding that manpower. 7 BPs for Loren. Yeah, it is going to be the Sturmtiger, alright. So close to victory, why not throw some memes in there? Fair enough. I've been losing control in the south. Here comes the Sturmtiger, backed up by a Panzer IV. So he's just gonna... Oh, gonna get the stun maybe? Yeah, stun, but almost no damage. P4 on the rear armor with the heat shells though, looking to do some damage. Sherman low. P4. Looks like he's getting his sight obstructed by that tiny shrub. Oh, that was a close call. P4 almost going down there.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
And did the lieutenant just go down? No. Squad of riflemen. Close calls though, close calls. T-gun really saving the day there for Loren. And once again in a nice position here. Oh, taking so much damage. Second Easy 8 in production for Loren. Could the Sturmtiger end up losing the match here?
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped
what
out.
was that? Is that the major? Kit needs to retreat, getting very, very low. That captain doing a lot of damage. It's a good time to retreat as well. Like, not really any tank fights going on at the moment. And yeah, 3 models could die very, very easily, so better to play it safe. But 2 Easy 8s now, and Loren also has enough for the white phosphorus. So Tiger coming forwards, looking for the 50 cal, looks like. EP rounds activated. Whoa, and he just nukes that out of existence. Easy 8 going after the kill on the Sturmtiger. Panzer IV coming through. Oh, no munitions for the snare here. Sturmtiger in trouble. Here comes the other Panzer IV. And the Sturmtiger goes down to the double Easy 8s. Panzer IV is looking for revenge, but missing and bouncing a lot of shots here. True support gun going to work on the M1. But both the Easy 8s getting out of there alive. And the Panzer IV is unable to get the return kill. Oh, gets the D crew just at the last second there. Easy 8's going forwards, but the Raketin is there. Oh, gets the kill just before he got any repairs on it. Before missing, Raketin connecting with that one, but still alive. Missing again, the Panzer IV is not having a good day here. M1 recruit coming forwards, Panzer IV in some trouble. Oh, and it goes down. And Raketin doesn't get any more shots on. Trying to repair up the decrewed Panzer IV. Needs to jump in it here. Oh, but he'd lose his Stern Pioneers if he did. the armor from Martin Fungus goes down. That is a disaster for him. A little bit unlucky with the Panzer IVs missing so many shots, but you know, they were mostly on the move, long range. Let's see, maybe he can get the capture going. Do have a 50 cal seating up. We're going to stall these obers from being able to get the cap on. We do also have a squad sneaking around the north, but MG34 there, but might be able to get them neutralized. Maybe he can drain off these last few VPs. Infantry sport gun pulled all the way back, so unable to assist, but obers coming around the corner, ripping through that machine gun very, very quickly. And this squad also sneaking around the corner of this one. Loren in trouble, jumping back in one of his tanks here to try and avoid losing it all by VPs right here. Gets the pin on this squad. And supporting infantry comes through, but could still lose the machine gun to the incendiary grenade. And does. Trying to cap in the center. 50 gets recruit. Sternpire's going for the capture. Raketen is there. Looks like it forced off the Easy At again. Infantry support gun coming forwards again finally. Raketen reposition to a safer spot. And light cover here, helping the Stern Pioneers avoid that much damage. Opportunities coming up from the south looking for the capture again. Infantry support gun opening up on the 50, but both of the Easy 8s are about to be repaired, and that could do a lot of damage. He's still only got one AT gun. He just retreated as well. Point is captured. 5 VPs remaining. 50 cal is retreating here. Rear echelon coming through. Is he going to lose this on VPs? 3 VPs remaining. Rear echelon in the center. I don't think they're going to be able to cap it in time. Poof, and here we go. On Fungus. He almost threw it all the way there, but ends up taking the match. It's kind of nice to see the heat rounds used quite frequently on the Panzer IVs. Did help him quite a lot against the Easy 8s. Ultimately, though, not enough, especially in that last engagement. Loren almost pulled it back there. That was very, very close indeed. You can see Loren was maybe a bit too stressed. Maybe could have like double time repairs on one of the tanks, got it back up and assisting in the fight a little bit earlier again, but just too stretched, trying to micro everything at once. Understandable. And Martin almost losing it all. The Sturm Tiger meme almost cost him the game, but it's a good meme. Well played, sir. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.